Hello everyone. So now again we are continuing with the chapter that is your sociology and society. So continuing with it, we were at need of the economy. Earlier we discussed about the need of the economy. So what we have read in the need of the economy, we also did about the job market. Now earlier clips, we did about the job market. Then need of the economy is to be determined by the economic and your political policies. Means these are to be determined by the economic and political policies. Job market I've already explained to you, that is a market that provides the that is that provides the need for the economy, or you can say that these are the markets providing the means market defined by the need of the economy. So next we read the further about the chapter. Let us read the need for or need of the economy is again to be determined by the economic and the political policies that are to be pursued by the government. So the chances of the individual students, these are to be affected both by these broader, and you can say that broader political and economic measures. So also as well as by the social background of his or her family. So this gives us the preliminary sense of how your sociology studies, or you can say that human society as an interconnected whole. So and how society and the individual, they will interact with each other, means how they get interact with each other. Then the problem of choosing the subject in the secondary school is the source of the personal worry for the individual students. Means now students, they face the problem, that problem is relating to choosing the subject for the senior secondary school. So they face this type of problem, and that this is the broader public issue that is being affecting the students as a collective entity, that is your self-evident. Means this is the very much broader public issue. This is to be regarded as the very much broader public issue that is to be that is affecting the students. Means it is affecting the students a lot. It is affecting the students as a collective entity, that is your self-evident. And one of the tasks of the sociology is to unravel the connection between personal problem and the public issue. So this is the task which is provided by the sociology, that it provides unravels the connection between the personal and the your public issue and the personal issue. So this is being given in your books, in your chapter. You can see that. Also, you can say that with this this is to be regarded as the first theme of this chapter. Means this is going to be given the explanation in this chapter as regarding with the first theme. So we already see that a good job means different thing to different societies. Means a good job, when a person is getting a good job, it means different to different societies. So after that, in the next para, you can see in your books, in the next para it has been given that we have already seen that the good jobs means different things to different society. Means it is a different to, as I've already told you, that it is being different to different societies, different things to different societies. And the social esteem that a particular kind of job has or does not have for an individual depends on its culture of his or her relevant society. So here we can say that what do you mean by the relevant society? So does it means the society that is the individual that belongs to, or you can say that which society does the individual belong to? Is it the neighborhood? Is it the community? Is it the caste or tribe? All these are questions come relating. All these questions arises as we go further for in this chapter, and answers to these questions will come as you read your chapter. So then next question, further there is also one more question, that is it the professional circle of the parents, or is it the nation? So second, this chapter therefore looks at how the individual in the modern times belongs to more than one society. Means this chapter therefore provides you provides you that the individual in the modern time belongs to the more than one society, and how the societies these are to be unequal. So then third one is what? First and second I've told you. Third one, this chapter introduces you the sociology as a systematic study of society. Means in the third one, it has been given that it is that sociology, what sociology provides. Sociology provides you the systematic. It provides you the systematic study of society. So systematic study of society means sociology provides you the systematic study of this society. Then next, what it is given, then distinct from philosophical religious reflections, means also provide to you the distinct means different from philosophy, what philosophical and religious reflections, different from the philosophical and religious reflections. So we can say that the this sociology, as it provide in the third one, it provides the systematic study of the society, and that is also distinct from the philosophical and the religious reflections. Then fourth one is that distinct way of studying society can be better understood. It can be better understood. In the fourth one, it is to be better understood. Then next, so we can say that these ideas means we can say that these ideas and the material developments were mainly Western, but with the global consequences. And the fifth one is that we look the global aspects, and that is also in the manners in which the sociology emerged in India. So in the fifth one, in the fifth part, you can say in the fifth one, you can say that it provides the emerged part of, means sociology to be emerged in India. That is also at the global level, means also at the global level. Then it is important to remember that just as each of us have a biography, so does a discipline. Understanding the history of the discipline, it will help to help understand the discipline. Means what? Means understanding the history. If you understand the history, then the discipline you will history of the discipline, if you understand the history of the discipline, then it will help you to understand the discipline itself. Then finally, what will be the scope of this sociology? So finally, at last, we can say that the scope of sociology is the relationship, means it provides its relationship to the other disciplines that is being going to discussed. So we can say that finally the sociology provides its relations, or you can say a relationship that is also to the other discipline. Okay, so till now that's it.